clockwork, all of a sudden is really interested in fighting again, and now is really interested in a Francis Ngannou fight. Now we're talking. That's a real super fight, a clash of champions, not just hype. So Jon Jones is just the most pathetic guy, and I'm going to get into why in a second, but I wanted to discuss the Francis Ngannou stuff first.
Jon Jones sends a clear warning message to Tom Aspinall and the entire UFC heavyweight division. The undisputed champion just dropped a bombshell about Francis Ngannou's potential return while brutally dismissing Aspinall with explosive Twitter posts. We're breaking down every single tweet and quote from this incredible story that has the MMA world in complete chaos. When Francis Ngannou's coach Eric Nixick suggested the Predator might return to UFC, Jon Jones went straight to Twitter with a series of devastating posts aimed directly at Tom Aspinall.
From Francis's side, he wants the opportunity to be paid for, like, it's like being an independent contractor, like your services to be paid the highest amount for whoever needs your services for. He doesn't want to be stuck in a position where he's not allowed to go box or he's not allowed to go do these things. But he went out and did those things, and he competed, and he made a lot of good, a lot of money, and proved that he could do it. So now where does his motivations come from? Right? It's not about money, it's about competition. So, and the best competitions in the UFC. I think Dana is a smart enough businessman that it's not about his ego, it's about what's best for his company. And I think that a guy like Dana is level-headed enough to say, like, look, like, the past is the past, and we can get through those things. If these things can work out for us in the future, why not? Why not explore those options? Because look at the heavyweight division right now, bro. What's going on, right? You got this poor guy, and Tom Aspinall has been holding on to an interim belt for almost 600 days now. Like, what are we doing here? So, and I'm not saying that Francis is the answer, but it at least adds some more value to your heavyweight division if you go out and get a guy like him and bring him back, and let bygones be bygones. Everybody's making money, everybody's happy.
Here's the first tweet that started everything. I'm hearing Francis Ngannou is still interested, now we're talking. That's a real super fight, a clash of champions, not just hype. He held the UFC belt. I've defended mine for over a decade. Two kings from different roads. But Jones wasn't finished. The second tweet got personal. Not just one legend facing a mouth that's hot right now, but two real legacies colliding. That's the kind of fight that actually adds something special to my story. At least from my point of view. A mouth that's hot right now. That's a direct shot at Tom Aspinall. But the most brutal tweet came next. You clowns thinking Francis would be that much easier because of the ground game. Tom has no ground game either. An English black belt is like getting a participation ribbon. This wasn't just trash talk. This was Jones systematically destroying Aspinall's credentials while positioning himself for what he clearly sees as a bigger legacy fight. The Twitter war had begun.
He changes nothing if I beat him. Beating Tom is just like beating Cyril Gain. Has a whole country behind him. He's hot right now. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me. I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations to even fight him, if this makes sense.
Over 185,000 fans signed a petition demanding Jones be stripped of his heavyweight title. Jones' Twitter response was pure savage mockery. First tweet. Instead of signing some petition, I'm gonna need at least 200 5-page essays from TA fans around the world. Second tweet continued, double-spaced MLA format. Convince me. My team will pick their favorites and get back to you, eventually. The audacity is incredible. Jones is telling 185,000 fans their voices don't matter unless they write him college-level essays. But here's the reality behind these cocky tweets. Jones has defended his heavyweight title just once in almost 3 years.
My question's also for you. The fans made a petition to strip Jon Jones of the belt with almost 200,000 signatures. What are your thoughts on this?
So I think a fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall is bigger if they are both champions. I'm hopeful they're going to fight in December in Las Vegas. I have no inside information, but I don't know that Jon Jones really gives a rip if they strip him of the heavyweight championship. He's still going to fight Tom, hopefully, and it's still going to be a bag.
While Jones has been tweeting and making demands, Tom Aspinall has been actively fighting as interim champion, proving he deserves the shot. The petition numbers keep growing, and Jones keeps tweeting dismissive responses instead of stepping up to fight. Let's dive into the explosive history behind these tweets. This Jones versus Ngannou fight almost happened in 2020 until money destroyed everything.
It costs a lot of money, but what are you going to do? Just going to roll over and not do events anymore? No. You have to figure it out, and you're going to lose money. Period.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten so...
Dana White made a shocking claim during an ESPN interview. For the amount of money he's asking for, it's not going to happen. He couldn't be asking for a more absurd amount of money at a worse time. White continued, "We have text messages from Jon Jones. I'll quote him on what he said. He said, 'I want what Deontay Wilder made against Tyson Fury.'" Jones fired back with explosive tweets calling White a liar. "Don't be a fecking liar. My reputation has already taken enough hits. I don't need this bull's Dana. I never asked for Wilder's numbers." Jones's follow-up tweet, "And how about since Deontay is making $30 million, we settle for half of that, since you said I'm the GOAT and everything." The Twitter war escalated, with Jones posting "stubborn and greedy" directly at Dana White.
Speaking of which, I have to correct something, because there was a conversation that I had with Giannis Papas and Chris Stefano. We were talking about Jon Jones. I had heard a rumor that Jon Jones wanted $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. And I did hear that rumor. And I did hear that the UFC said yes, but it is not true. So Dana contacted me, said that rumor's bullshit. So I felt obligated to tell everybody that was a fake rumor. I don't even remember who, because we did that podcast. Unfortunately, we did that podcast 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember who told me that.
What do you think the amount is that Jon Jones would fight him for, or do you think it's an amount?
Well, apparently Jon is thinking about retiring.
Yeah.
And he should. I mean, he's going to have to someday. He should. I'm not saying he should retire. I'm saying he should think about it. Give the man all the time he wants. He can fight whenever he wants to fight. That's Jon Jones. He's the GOAT.
Now, here's what makes this fascinating. Ngannou left UFC as champion in 2023, won the PFL heavyweight title, and Jones became champion by beating Cyril Gane for the vacant title Ngannou left behind. When Jones tweets about a clash of champions, both fighters have legitimate claims to being the best heavyweight in the world. But Jones didn't stop with just Twitter. His additional statements show just how calculated this campaign against Aspinall really is. Jones stated, "That's a real super fight, a clash of champions, not just hype." The word hype keeps coming up when he talks about Aspinall. He continued, "Two kings from different roads, not just one legend facing a mouth that's hot right now, but two real legacies colliding." When asked about the ground game differences, Jones got even more brutal. "You clowns thinking Francis would be that much easier because of the ground game. Tom has no ground game either. In English, black belt is like getting a participation ribbon." This is strategic warfare. Jones is positioning Ngannou as the real fight while systematically demolishing Aspinall's credibility. Every quote, every tweet is designed to justify avoiding the interim champion while chasing what he sees as a bigger payday.
Francis Ngannou is scary. There's a big chance that he could break my jaw. With Francis Ngannou, it's very simple. Get comfortable with the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is he knocks you the fuck out. He possibly fractures a bone in your face. That's the worst case scenario. You get real comfortable with that idea, and then it becomes easy. If he doesn't knock you out and break your face, you're smart, you're fast, you have a chin, you have great head movement, you can wrestle, there's a lot of ways things can play out. If I don't get knocked out, I believe I win that fight. I just gotta get through round one, and I win that fight.
The message is clear. Jones believes he can dictate terms, choose his opponents, and the UFC will bend to his will. These aren't random tweets and quotes. This is calculated psychological warfare. Jones is using social media to control the narrative and put pressure on the UFC. The strategy is brilliant but controversial. By calling Aspinall just hype and a mouth that's hot right now, Jones is trying to diminish the interim champion's credibility. Meanwhile, he's elevating Ngannou as the real super fight and clash of champions. But here's the problem. Tom Aspinall deserves this fight. He's the interim champion, he's been active, and he's earned his shot. The 185,000 petition signatures aren't just noise. They represent fans demanding fair treatment. The UFC now faces an impossible choice. Force Jones to fight Aspinall and risk him retiring, try to bring back Ngannou for a massive super fight, or strip Jones and make Aspinall undisputed champion. Jones clearly believes he holds all the leverage. His tweets show a fighter who thinks he can cherry-pick opponents and dictate terms. The question is, will the UFC let one fighter, regardless of his legacy, hold an entire division hostage. The heavyweight division is in complete chaos, and every new tweet from Jones makes it worse. Jon Jones has sent his clear warning through explosive tweets and brutal quotes he'll fight Francis Ngannou on his terms or potentially retire. Every social media post is calculated to avoid Tom Aspinall while chasing the bigger payday. The 185,000 petition signatures keep growing, but Jones keeps tweeting dismissive responses. Will UFC finally force his hand? Should they strip Jones or make the Ngannou super fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more MMA breaking news and Twitter drama. Thanks for watching.